sure in the right light now.
Ooh, ooh. Terrence, you
Whoop.
ready?
Man, shit, let's go. Let's go.
All right, Terrence, look in the camera. This your first time here?
No, I coming back. I'm giving you an update. I think I came on here like 3 months ago, and I came on here on some humble, grown man, straightforward, integrity, moral shit, and people beat me up in the comments saying I gotta be gay. I should look for a man because I don't want a woman who wear makeup and fake hair and all this other shit. Here tonight, you caught me with three bourbons in, so I'm gonna give you the real brother perspective because I get tired when I come on here and I see our black men and our demographic. I'm 51. I just had a birthday.
Okay. When was your
I know
birthday?
April 5th. I'm an Aries all day. Fire sign. We rule the world. Let's go. I done let my beard grow out. I ain't even shave my hair today. You can see the LeBron the whole time. Let me tell
So
you
wait,
something.
go.
But let me tell you something though. Here's what I'm gonna say respectfully, and I'm gonna say this respectfully before your audience out there, Kendra. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't want you to take this the wrong way or the right way.
Hold on, real
But
quick. Get into the middle of the camera.
I'm not in the middle. Right about
There we
now.
go. Here we go. That's good. Okay.
Okay. So respectfully, and I've been Kevin Samuels before I even knew who Kevin Samuels was. Clean dress. I'm a 1974 baby. Earth, Wind, and Fire. All that. Cadillac driving the whole nine. Get, go to work. Go to school. Educated. Come from a single family home. Raised by strong women. Never knew who my father was. Wanted different my whole life. Was married. Got married twice. Met my first two wives on my first ship in the military. God will show me what it was. I was married for 20 years till my wife went to heaven, got two beautiful daughters, got my son out of wedlock. And here's the thing where I'm at 51. I'm a grown man who's lived a life, never wanted a woman, nothing more from love. But when I came on your show the first time, let me tell you something about me being a red man, something that light skinned people go through their entire life. I got thick alligator skin. You ain't gonna hurt my pride at all by that because we have our own battles. But these women and men on your page, oh, you don't like this because you got preference, you got morals, you got integrity, you want a woman of substance. I have had great many chats with women after that thing there. But let me tell you something what women do. They fizzle out because what women in our culture, what they don't want to do, they don't want to put so forth more so effort. I'm 51. Any woman on this demographic, they beat me up because I said, oh, how you want a woman who's in her 30s or 40s and that you want their children to be graduating high school and everything else. Because what I'm not going to come into and what most men ain't going to do when they come on your page and tell you, I ain't going to raise your problems. That you had babies with men that you shouldn't have babies with. Now you want great men to come in here and be a exception to clean up your mess. I'm gonna tell you right now at 51 on what I'm not gonna do, and I don't have to do. And men my age and our demographic, what we don't have to do is pick you. Let me tell you something. I went to the Happy Massage Place day for $130. That lady rubbed me down for an hour and a half, gave me a happy tug ending. I'm good for the next 3, 4, 5 days. I bring in 8,500 a month. I could do that twice a week and be happy, and it's cheaper than dating a black woman. I ain't got to pay for hair, nails, deal with your bills, deal with your kids, deal with your BS. And there's a lot of men in your life doing the same thing. You just don't know he doing it. See, tonight you caught the other perspective to the first version that you saw me when I wanted to be on some humble and mature man integrity. See, thing because see, women nowadays they don't want the nice guy. They don't want Ralph Transfont. They don't want Babyface. No. I can't tell you last time I made love to Maxwell, but I can tell you last time I fucked a little Dirk. Real talk. Here, let me tell you something right now. Don't let it fool you. Man, we play the game. Steve Harvey wrote a book for women to follow by. You know all what men did? We just became chameleons, started taking you to barbecues. Mama gonna lie for us regardless. Big Granny been lying to us for years. They really don't like you. But see, you've been lying to these women.
Hold on, pause.
You've
I've
been
been lying to.
lying,
Wait, hold on,
Kendra.
hold on.
I on your ass tonight.
You
You've
know,
been
wait,
lying
hold
to
on,
them. I
pause. Now
see you
listen.
on that
Well,
little
hold on,
show
serious,
with
serious,
Tasha G.
serious.
And you want to talk about these women. Let me tell you something, Kendra. Let me tell you,
Serious. We can have a dialogue. We can have a dialogue. I don't mind. I don't mind you disagreeing with some of the things that I've said. I don't mind hearing your perspective. But just like I gave you the courtesy to say what you had to say, you're gonna talk to me with respect. Okay. So I can bring you back, but one thing that we are going to agree to on my platform, you're going to talk to me with respect. You can disagree. You can do that. But you're going to talk to me with respect. I'm not going to allow you to talk to me in a disrespectful manner on my show. That won't be allowed. So are we on board? We on board? Okay, we're on board. Hold on. We're on board.
All right,
Okay.
I apologize. I
Okay.
apologize.
So now,
See,
okay. So now I'm going to give you the floor. In what ways have I been lying to women?
First of all, let me tell you something. When you go across your feed and your audience, you got majority of these women asking for things they ain't never had in their life.
So real quick, pause. So say right there. How is that my fault?
It's not your fault, but you leave the perspective that it's okay to believe your own lie. You tell
Well,
so many lies that they become truth.
well, no, pause. What I do is, what I've always said, I give the platform. I
Mm-hmm.
created a platform for people to reach out if you fit that category. Okay. And hold on, I'm gonna let you continue. So there have been times when I have challenged. I'm gonna let you continue. Let me finish.
Okay.
I got you. There have been times when I have challenged women on their requests. I mean, everybody knows this and they have said it. I have challenged men, I have
Mm-hmm.
challenged women. But at the end of the day, the world is going to tell you what it is because the guy's either going to reach out to you or the woman's going to reach out to you. So I'm not going to, you can't say I'm lying to the women because I'm just sharing my platform. Now, what do you want to say, Terrence?
I'm present. Teacher, do I have a right to speak now?
Yes, what do you want to say?
Let me tell you something about majority of your demographic people who are there. They ain't never been out of their 90-mile radius. They ain't never been subject, have been exposed to more than what they know out there 90-mile radius. Majority of people, when you watch your platform, women are here wishing upon a star for something they never had. The man who came in him have never had it, but now they want it. Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay. So listen, I'm not gonna disagree with you wholeheartedly. I think
You
that's
got
a
you got women on here talking about they want a man who make 250,000 when she barely made 65,000 before taxes.
but hold on,
You
pause.
got
As a
women
man,
who've been
but
driving Hondas their entire life, don't even know what it costs to pay an oil change or get brakes for a foreign car.
well,
My
Terrence,
last
hold
three
on.
cars have been foreign cars.
Okay.
But in
But hold on,
hindsight,
Hold on. We have to have a dialogue. So you have to let I know you've been drinking, so I'm trying to
whoa,
get
whoa, 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 whoa,
hold
whoa,
on,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Terrence,
whoa, whoa.
Terrence, listen.
Just because I had a
Listen, hold
bourbon or
on.
two.
Here's the deal. We can't
Yeah,
talk over each other.
you're
So
right.
again,
I
I want to
apologize.
say this. I'm gonna allow you to express yourself. There's no problem
Mm-hmm.
there. But we
Mm-hmm.
have to have this back and forth convo. So one thing you just said, as a man, you know if a man has 250K, whether the woman has 65K or not, there's men who make more than that that will wife up a bottle girl who makes $20,000. So that money
Kendra,
equation that you just said doesn't really
I'm waving
align
my hand.
because on the flip
I'm
side,
waving my hand.
I get women, excuse me, that make 250K and feel as though because they make 250K, they deserve the man that makes 250K. And as a man, you should know a man with that kind of money is not always worried about the salary.
Yeah, I'm
Terrence, you
raising
have
my hand.
listen. You just want to talk. Let's listen, and you can. I'm done. You don't have to raise your hand. This is not classroom. What do you want to say?
Let me realistically, Kendra. Let me tell you something. The most money I made in my life in these past years, I topped at 140. I've never known anyone personally in my circle in my entire life who's made 250K. I know people who with masters and made six figures. They're married to a dual income. I've been dual income my entire life. I've had jobs where I made 85K. I have jobs where I made 90K. I have jobs where I made 50K and 60K. But when my wife was here, we made what we made. Been dual income my entire life, and together we had the perfect life. People get on here and they hype up things that they never know about. I've been in these circles. I know people who are self-made. I don't have a running circle of people who made 250K. I got a great grade of quality friends from the military who's retired. Them and their spouse, they're living fabulous. They're living within their means. On an average day, if I want to go to Gucci and buy Gucci, fine. If I want to drive my BMW, fine. If I want to drive a Honda, fine. If I want to send my young adult children what I do every month, to be a father, to assist them, not because they need it, there's a difference. You have women that come on this page with writings on the wall, no curtains, bad furniture, bad hairdos, bad everything, bad baby daddies with men that they allowed to see them that know they wasn't shit. Now you want more. Let's be realistic. I walk right past you all day. We ain't even gonna have the same conversation. We're not even in the same clubs. We're not even in the same stores. I've been shopping at the same top sales stores for the past 20 years. I'm not gonna meet majority 60% of people who's on your page who want this high income. First of all, I don't shop at City Trends. I don't shop at Target. We
Okay.
ain't even buying we ain't even buying furniture the same. I
Okay.
stay in my tax bracket. But you entertain these women with unrealistic things.
Okay. Now let me jump in.
Yeah, jump
Um,
in.
okay. Respectfully so, your reality is your reality, right? I'm
This
gonna
is your
take myself
reality.
out. I'm listen now. When you're gonna
I
give
got
me
you. I
the
got you.
respect
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
I
I got
gave you
you.
the respect.
Absolutely.
What you have to honor is your reality, and that is fair. I roll in a circle where you make more than 140K in a month. That's just the reality of what it
Yeah,
is, right?
that's your
So
circle.
I say that to say there are women who do well financially. Because they do well financially, they want a partner that does well financially. Now I'm not even saying they're gonna get that. And I'm gonna agree with you. Here's the deal. I'm gonna agree with you. There are women who may never get the request that they put on my show. But on the flip side, there's so much conversation about the women with unrealistic expectations. How come the men don't talk about the men that come on my show that also have unrealistic expectations? Because there's also men who request women that they will never get in a lifetime. And that's where I feel like it's not equal. There is, yes, there's delusional women on my show. There's also an equal amount of delusional men who request women that they will never get. And I don't hear enough conversation about y'all talking about them.
Wait. Here's the reality for those delusional men that come on your show. I've been having sex with women since I've been 10 years old. I've dated top tier. I've dated women who made high figures, women who made low figures. They all the same in America. They don't want to swipe their card. They want a man to do everything. Majority of those men, those are the guys who go to the strip clubs. I can count on one hand how many times in 51 years I've been to a strip club. If I lived in Atlanta, I wouldn't go to a strip club. I'm 51. I might be 80 pounds overweight. My hairline might be receding. I didn't shave today. I didn't shave today. But let me tell you something. I tell young men, I tell old men, get a personality, make a woman laugh, have a sense of humor, have morals, values, and integrity. And obviously, yes, of course, having a bank account does help you. But at the end of the day, what is going to keep you loving that person? The money, when the money's gone, it's gone. Period. Money ain't gonna keep nobody happy. We got the most richest people in this country getting divorced. If Bill
This is
Gates
true.
can't keep his wife happy, what do you think the motherfucker at UPS could do? But
I
the reality is though is morals, integrity, values. I express this to my own daughters on daily. My daughter is 25, beautiful, graduated college. And you know what I tell my daughters?
mm,
Don't get fat and learn to control and turn the knob down on your fucking self-righteous woman independent shit. I tell them that wholeheartedly. Three things. I was married for 20 years, and something that my wife never ever did, whether I was making this much money or this much money, she never beat me up. She was supportive in every aspect. When I came home, she greeted me with open arms, no matter how much money I made or how less I made. See, we lost the sense of integrity and morals and values and put it on bullshit. Most of your clients on this page here, they never grew up shopping at Gucci, Louis, driving BMWs. They were driving Chevrolets and Hondas. Now they get money. Now they think everyone should fall in line. They're lying to themselves. Be truth with yourself. I got a BMW outside right now. I got to put it in the shop. It's going to cost me $8,500 to get it fixed. But I got my point A to point B, a Honda that's paid for. I get back and forth there. Bring in $8,500 a month. How many people on your line right now say they bring in $8,500 a month? And I only work 6 months out the year if I want to.
I would say
there's a difference. See, they want to live in a reality that's not true.
Well, this is what I will say, Terrence. There are some things that you're saying that I do agree with. And the thing I agree with the most is the integrity and the character. And I also stand on that there's just not enough men to go around for the type of man
there's
that
enough. There's enough.
Hold on, Terrence, you're not gonna overtalk me because when you talk.
All right,
okay. There are I do stand on, and I agree with you. There's not enough type of guy, that one type of guy for every woman that desires him. And I also think that a lot of women that desires this guy that makes a certain amount of money, I emotionally feel as though they never dated it, because if they did date it, they would know what comes along with it. And it comes along with a lot. Absolutely. I think that I can agree with you. Social media has changed the bar. People are watching other people's relationships. I say this all the time. It's just the highlight reel. You have no idea what she's dealing with, what she went through, what they went through. Terrence, you can talk once I'm done. So I agree with you in that manner that the game has changed and there are unrealistic expectations. But the great thing about my show is the reality will tell you. I put yourself out there, and if the request is out there, and if it comes calling, then you know your answer. If it doesn't come calling, then you know your answer. So I don't stand on the fact of me lying, but there's one thing I do want to say to this. We could say there's not enough men, right, for there's not enough type of guy for the woman that wants that guy, right? I think we agree with that, right? The type of guy that most women are requesting, there aren't enough. Do you agree with that, Terrence?
No, I don't, because here's the thing.
Hold on, pause. Okay, so you're saying that every woman that wants a man that makes $100K or more, handsome, great sex, there's enough of that guy to go to every woman?
Here's the thing. The woman who's requesting a $100K man, she ain't never made $100K. So how you requesting something you ain't never had?
No, I disagree with that, because there's women that do make that.
I've been on this earth 51 years. Let me tell you something. I've worked and I have an exceptional career my entire life. And the majority of your audience, if you had 100 of them in the room, I promise you, 60 of them have never been in a room making 100K. What it is they need to be reality. Here's the thing. When you combine two people together who make 50 and 60 together, you're at 110. You take 20% of taxes out of that, you're at 98. If you're living within your means, you got one child or two child, you're doing exceptionally well. You know how I know this? It's because that's been my entire life.
Terrence, I have to say this. But Terrence, listen, I have to say this. Your reality is your reality. You cannot speak for everybody's reality.
But see, here's the thing. What I can speak on is people who don't even eat at 5-star restaurants. I've been at 5-star restaurants since I've been 25. I'm now 51.
But I will say this, though. I want to say this. There's a majority you're talking about that exists, but there are women who, and because they live this lifestyle and their bank accounts, that's why they want a partner equal. There are women who are making 100K or more, and they're living that lifestyle. Like, that is a true fact.
The ones who's on your show with 5 and 6 kids, with 5 and 6 baby daddies who ain't never made that money, now they want a guy to make 6 figures. Them ain't the ones I'm talking about. Okay, now you got a 2%. You got 2% or 3% women who come on your show who's making that. The other 75%, they working at Verizon, Target, they're not exceptional. For 5, 6 babies, six of them ones right there with no curtains in the back, living in the basic apartments.
Let me ask you this
Okay.
question. So the woman that does make 100K or more, do you say she deserves a man that makes that or more?
See, you want to put a price on what
No,
a
you put the
person
price.
makes.
I'm asking you a question right now. I'm asking you a direct question because you're speaking a lot about the women who you say don't make 100K. So now I'm trying to get your opinion.
Let me
If
tell
a
you
woman
something.
does
If
make,
you
hold
put a
on,
price,
Terrence,
okay.
Terrence, you gotta learn respect. Now I'm not gonna say it too many more times. When you talk, I allow you to talk on my platform. Now the question stands. If a woman makes 150K or more, do you think that woman deserves a man that makes 150K or more?
I think she deserves a man who's going to love her with morals, values, and integrity. You can't put a price on that.
Okay, so then why do you keep bringing up that this woman doesn't make that, so she shouldn't ask for that? Because that's what you're saying.
Because when you come into there, when you got 6 and 5 basket little kids from 5, 6 little different baby daddies who ain't never did nothing but penitentiary time, sell drugs, and be gangbangers. Don't come to me now and you want to find your Russell Wilson. You passed up on the Russell Wilsons. Now later in life, now you want the Russell Wilsons.
Okay, well,
See,
well,
you want
Terrence,
to see what?
One
See,
last question.
here, give respectfully. Most men who of integrity and value in life, they don't care what women make. They don't. I signed my check over to my woman. My woman told me when to spend, when not to spend. It ain't about money for men. This is real talk. This is before Kevin Samuels. It's not about the dollar. See, women make it about the dollar. Men want a woman to come home that says peace and is happy, and she's happy to see that. See, a woman could get up and leave and say, I don't want to be here no more. A man will love that woman wholeheartedly, whether she's big, thin, tall, hair loss or not. Women don't do that for men.
Let me
There's a
jump in.
difference. There's a
But Terrence,
difference.
and I kind of
Kendra,
said
are you
that.
married yet? Are you married yet?
Terrence,
Are you married yet?
Terrence. Now, let me
I
finish
just
what I'm
asked
about
if
to
you was
say.
engaged yet. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to get the
What is
company on
okay?
my
Well,
side.
let's get there. What does that have to do with anything? What's the point you're trying to make?
Truth be told, Kendra,
Yeah, I can
a
listen.
single person can never tell married people what they go through because you've been single your entire
not.
life.
I'm not trying to tell. First of all, the show. Okay, I'm happy you said that. The show is called Singles. It's not called Married.
I
So
know.
what are
I'm
you
hoping to
talking
be
about?
married.
I don't
Can I
host the
find me
show.
a single?
I don't
Can I
host the
find
show
me a
for married
single? You
people.
know what, Kendra? I lied. I'll take 5 children. I'll be a great stepdaddy, Kendra. I'm
Terrence,
sorry.
no, Terrence.
I
I'm
don't want
trying
5
to
kids.
work with you because
No, I'm
I want you
joking.
to.
Respectfully.
No, you're fine. Nothing you say offends me. For
I
all
know.
the married comments, my show is created for single people. It's called Singles. I
But
never said I was giving advice for
why
married
is our
people. Hold
culture,
on,
is black
don't
culture?
overtalk me. Don't overtalk me.
All right.
And don't worry about if I'm gonna get married. You're not in that tax bracket, baby. Okay?
Oh.
Don't worry about that. This is a business over here. Because guess what? Are you saying, let me ask you a question. Would you say 50 Cent should be married?
50 Cent?
Yeah.
The rapper drug dealer who turned business minded
Yeah.
like
Do
Jay?
you think he should be a married man?
No, because he's
Why not?
smart. Because
Why
he's
not?
smart.
Tell me why. Okay, tell me why.
He has nothing to gain by marrying any woman.
Okay,
Just
so
like
what?
just like a man like me, I have nothing to gain by marrying any woman. It's a choice to honestly choose her to be my life companion. If he married anyone, it's for companionship. She, at the end of the day, he done did the hard part. Men, we done did the hard part. Women always they lead with what? Provider, 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 provider. It's not about, oh, is this man gonna love me when I'm fucking 40 pounds overweight and I got alopecia and I'm losing my hair and I don't know how to boil water? You think 50 Cent need a wife? Please, he can go to Mama Sound like I did tonight for $130 and be happy. I got a great massage. I can go twice a week and be happy. Married for what?
Okay, pause right there. I'm happy. Now respectfully so, hear me out.
Respectfully.
Okay, so when a woman is financially blessed and also has assets, why would you say she needs to be married and align her assets with somebody that makes less money that could potentially try to take her assets one day? So hold on, men give courtesy to other men when they're extremely successful and have a certain bank account and have built businesses. But when a woman shows up and also has assets, a certain bank account, all of a sudden they want to try to say, why aren't you married? They don't give her the same courtesy because a lot of men just don't respect women in that space. Just like it's not wise for 50 Cent to be married, it's also not wise for a lot of women who are doing extremely well and run companies to align their assets in marriage as well.
Can I go? Can I go? Hey,
you can say whatever you want to say.
Halle Berry, I'm 51. Halle Berry, the baddest woman ever.
And she's not married to her boyfriend.
What? Shush. Hear me out
no,
right
no,
now.
Shush. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. You're not going to shush me. Now, I already told you, I didn't mind the dialogue, but what we're not going to do is not going to shush me. And I'm happy you brought up Halle Berry because Halle Berry is in a long-term committed relationship without marriage because she got too much to lose to be married and align her assets to her long-term current boyfriend. It makes a lot of sense. And I always use the 50 Cent analogy because this is what men do. This is what men do. Men always want to try to talk about women of my stature, of why you're not married. Baby, don't worry about it. Okay, our bank accounts ain't the same. I know what you make in a year. I'm humbly going to just leave it right there. And it's not about money, just like you said with 50 Cent, it's about being intelligent. And it's not intelligent when you run a company to align your assets with somebody who makes less than you. It's just not. And men will get that when we're talking about a man. But they don't get that when you're talking about a woman. Doesn't mean you can't have life companionship like Oprah. Doesn't mean you can't have life companionship like Halle Berry. Doesn't mean you can't have life companionship like Rihanna. But it makes no sense for any of those women to get married. And if all those women were men, men will agree with what we're saying. But what's happening is, there's some things Terrence said I agree with. But there's just a non-respect for women. That's just what it comes down to. There's just men who do not respect women and they get irritated by women, and it is what it is. But one thing I wanted to say to Terrence, but the shush, I don't know if I can bring back on the stage because you can't shush me on my show, is if there's so many women walking this planet and you have so many options, then why are you still searching? Because what women will say is there's not enough for the type of guy. Everybody will agree to that. That's not your excuse as a man. There's plenty of women to choose from. So why can't you close the deal since you have so many women to choose from? This rhetoric that men put out there that the world is of their oasis, they have all the options, then why are you single? It doesn't make sense. You have too many women to choose from to not be single. We will agree that women don't have the same benefit. So if men are truly all that and they got all the options in the world, then what's the problem? I'm just confused. Child. I don't mind anybody expressing their differences of their opinion on my platform. But what you have to always remember, all that shit you talking, you on a woman's platform. Don't nobody know you until you call me. Now, all you men feel like y'all everything. Talk about some, Kendra, why don't you ain't got no kids? I got a lot of bitch ass kids running the internet right now. All y'all my kids. Let me talk my shit for a second. Y'all are my kids. Because y'all need me to motherfucking live. Do it without me. Go on your own platform and say your rhetoric or all that, worrying about my children. You my children. You my son. You my son, baby. Do it without me. That's why I laugh at goofy men at times that ever try to say anything about a successful woman, because you need a successful woman to get a microphone to get your voice heard on the internet. And if you didn't need me, you wouldn't be calling me. You wouldn't be in your emotions. So yes, when you worrying about my children, you won. I got a lot of bitch ass kids. Anything else we want to talk about tonight? Anything else? Let's continue with our show.